I'm in the mood of talking today, so I'm coming on here just making different videos and seeing what sticks. Ooh, look at my hair. And on my last video, I was talking about I've been growing my hair. I've had like protective style. Well, it's not a protective style. I'm locking my hair. But this lock extensions. And look at my hair now, y'all. When I first had these in November, my hair realistically was probably right here. So all of this right here is new growth. Hello, how you doing? Look at that. And this is basically with determination, professionalism, and good diet, your hair can grow. Don't let nobody tell you that that's not true. All right, so we're talking about being fruitful. Don't know what this is doing or where this is going, but when things come in my heart, I must get it out. Okay, so being fruitful in life. Being fruitful just simply means, excuse me, somebody's worrying me on my phone. Can you put this to the thing for this? Make sure you guys are following me on Hair Talks Mag on YouTube. What do you think being fruitful means? Let's see. Well, I'm being fruitful now. I am sharing with you guys as God has placed stuff on my heart. I'm sharing it with you guys. Being fruitful. Being fruitful no matter what. How many people are fair weather good people? Meaning that you're only good when things are going well in your life. I bet most of the time you guys see me, whoever's on here, and you see me, you probably think everything is everything to me. No, it's not. Sometimes I'll be going through things, and this platform right here sometimes becomes my therapy. Yeah, I be going through my own little trials and tribulations, like we all do. But one thing I have learned is that you cannot allow your trials nor your tribulations to take you off of what God has for you. We deal with a lot of young people on this page. We deal with a lot of young people, people who are trying to be discovered, and people who are trying to maybe get on this platform and things like that. And things change in their lives. They become sad. They become, things happen. And then for some reason, they stop doing what they are meant to do. So what we say here at I Love Beauty, and it's a saying that we coined, is don't let a temporary situation block you from something that is permanent. What does that mean? Well, in the Bible, it says that this too shall pass. That's what it says. This too shall pass. See, one thing we have to understand is that anything that we're going through that's negative, it's not going to stay along. It's not going to stay around forever. Who think it's going to stay around forever? It's not going to stay around forever. It's going to be for a season. A season is just that, temporary. Now, of course, a season might come back, but it's not something that it's going to be around forever. So why take what is supposed to be? Andrew, did you forward that?
It was already in there.
Oh, okay. Why ruin something that is something that's going to be around for a long time for something that is not going to be around for a long time? Like young mothers who stop working because their child might be sick, or because something happened in their life and they just stop working. Does that make sense? No, it does not make sense. You should still work, people. You should still go on about your life. You should not allow things on the outside that ain't giving you nothing, that ain't taking nothing, ruin what you're supposed to do. That is not what you're supposed to do. This is coming from somebody who has been professional, who's been a businesswoman, who's been in their own business for a long time. I've been working for myself since 2007. So I know a little bit about continuing what you're supposed to do. Do you understand that when you do anything, you are supposed to have a goal in mind? Hit the heart buttons. Let me know y'all listen to me. When you do anything, You're supposed to have a goal in mind. Some people ask me, where are you going with this, Jenna? What is the message? Well, my message is fluid. It's not concrete. Okay? So sometimes please yeah, see, that's supposed to be distraction, right? Okay. Anyway, when you do stuff, look, this is my theory. This is my goal today. My goal is to get through with at least one person. Just one person to understand that things are supposed to continuously go regardless of your situation. A lot of us, we allow our situations to stop us from doing what we're supposed to do. I'm just saying. That's what we do. What's another thing I wanted to talk about today? What is another thing I wanted to talk about today? I need to start writing the things down, but I don't write nothing down because I talk from the heart. Sometimes when you talk from the heart, it's not planned and it's not ordered sometimes I ask God to help me order what the heck I'm talking about so it can come out clear. But oh well, can't have it all. But yeah, I try to get on here and try to inspire people on the low. Yeah, I do, because I think a lot of people need that nowadays. You know, I'm noticing people have become so mean. We basically feel so comfortable being mean to people. And everybody cannot handle that. I couldn't even handle it. And this is to a message to anybody who maybe does what I do, which is go on video and share what you do. And you guys have to go through so much scrutiny, disrespect, criticism, irrationality, if that's a word. You have to go through so much. And it's sad that people feel that words don't have life. Who understands that words have life and death in them? What you are is usually what you think. What you say out of your mouth represents what you think. So when people are delivering negativity to people, more than likely they're negative themselves. I always say that things that I say out of my mouth, I want them to be something that is going to help somebody feel good, feel better. You know what I mean? Like, who knew that when you come on to somebody's platform or their video, that you can actually make them feel better or feel worse? See, you don't know what people are going through, because a lot of people don't communicate to you what they're going through. A lot of people don't. They'll just go through life and they'll act like everything is okay. And you'll think everything is okay, and it really isn't. And then you come on there and you say what you want to say and pass it off as an opinion, and then you can hurt their feelings. I'm putting this out there because I be reading people's videos, and I'll be reading comments. I read comments on this platform, and I also read comments on other people's lives and things like that. And people are just so insensitive today. And I don't understand why. But then again, I do understand why. Because more than likely, the people who are just saying whatever the heck they want to say because it's funny, a lot of people feel like it's funny. You feel like, well, you know what? Ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. I'm behind this computer. Ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. That's not true. That's not true. You do understand that everything that you do today on social media will come back to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. People are watching you. And so when things happen to you and you wonder why things happen to you, you gotta wonder What did I do to deserve this? You feel me? That's why I like to always try to bring positivity to my audience. And the way that I transform the way that I talk and how I deliver is simply, I'm like that because I had to be. I had to be like that to protect myself. It's called a defense mechanism. You get what I'm saying? Like some people, when they feel some type of way about what somebody said, they'll become mean. They'll become aggravated. They'll become on that person's level. Well, that's what I try to do, as far as I try to put comedy to it. I try to ignore it. I try to make some type of, sly remark on the low, because I said, you know what? I want to do this for the long haul, not the short haul, the long haul. So I had to devise a way to deal with the negativity that's on social media. That's what I had to do. So I'm going to bring it back to being fruitful. Now, how can you be fruitful without sharing different information or without giving something? Because to be fruitful, you have to be a giver. Because see, I don't believe that non-givers will be given anything. That's just been my belief since I was a young lady, young girl. I felt that giving helps others give to me. And that's how I live my life. Now, with that being said, of course, I feel like I should be compensated for a lot of things that I do, because I give a lot of information, a lot of inspiration. I give a lot of my time to this social media thing. I really, really do. So I am being very fruitful, and I am multiplying. Hello, how you doing? Because people think being fruitful and multiply means to have children. Means just to have children. And now I know where the Lord wants me to go with this, because at first I was like, what am I doing? God just said, hit the live button and I'll give you the words. So that's what he's doing. Being fruitful and multiplying does not mean to physically just have children. Hello, how you doing? The words are coming in my mind, and now I have to say it. Let me let you know what fruitful and multiplying is. It's what I'm doing right now. I am sharing inspiration. I'm sharing good information right now that you can take today, change your life, and benefit from it. I am being fruitful and multiplying because somebody else is going to think the way I just thought just now, which is what I think, so shall I be. What I say is what I think. So if anybody, at least one person, starts to think that and have that circulating through their mind, then I just was fruitful and I multiplied, because now 2 people or 1 more person thinks like Jenna. So therefore, I am multiplying this thought, that thoughts are things. If you feel like you are a failure, so shall you be. If you feel that you are ill, so shall you be. Speak life over yourself. Even when things are not going well, say that you are healed. Anybody who is listening to this, say that you are healed. Healing is something that starts in the mind. If you feel that you are not well, you won't be. It's this thing called a hypochondriac. Most hypochondriacs are people, I'm one. I'm not going to lie. I'm someone that anything represents me. Oh my gosh, what is it? You constantly think about you being sick. And then all of a sudden, you are sick. You're not well because you keep thinking about it. You lose a lot of life and time always thinking about what could happen bad. How about we start thinking about what can happen good? Can we start thinking about that? We have a lot of negative thoughts all of the time. I think sometimes our negative thoughts trumps our positive thoughts. Why do I feel this way? Well, because that's all I see. That's all I see. I have to say this. A lot of us women, we're starting to look older nowadays. Why is that? Did it stop downloading? Okay. Then you can delete that video for me, please. Why is it that a lot of us women are starting to look old? Has anybody thought about that? Like, why is it okay to look much older than what you are? Why is that okay? Why aren't people starting to look at themselves without all the outside accessories? We're going to call it outside accessories. Why aren't you looking at yourself and saying, why am I looking much older than what I am? You want to know why you're looking much older than what you are? It's because you're allowing outside forces, things that are happening to you, to age you. And then we want to cover it up with makeup. Yeah. When I used to do these makeup videos, and a lot of people come on the makeup videos and they say, why do you have makeup on? You don't need it. And I always would say, you know what? Why are you coming on a makeup video telling somebody that they don't need it? Well, one thing about wise counsel is it's only wise when you start listening to it. If it constantly happens to you on your videos, then maybe you should start listening to it. So what is people really saying when they're saying that you really don't need makeup? They're really saying that sometimes makeup promotes us to not like ourselves. I was on someone's video today and they said something like, it's better being late than ugly. They were doing their makeup, and they do very, very good makeup. But she said something. She said, better late than ugly. Is that insinuating that you're ugly without makeup? She's beautiful without makeup. I've seen her with and without makeup. Why do you think that women nowadays are thinking that they have to have makeup on to be beautiful? What is going on? Am I putting down makeup? Of course not. Makeup is a great accessory. Makeup is fun. But I don't want it to be to the point where anybody feels that they need to have makeup to be acceptable. Because the first exception is ourselves. If you're not accepting yourself, then why would you expect anybody to accept you? And why does anybody else's acceptance matter if you're not accepting yourself? That's why I've never been the type of woman who likes makeup. Beyond me not having the skill. But I've never been taught to think that I need makeup. If I got a scar on me or a burn, my grandmother used to say, put aloe on it. She never said just cover it up with concealer. She told me how to heal marks and scars naturally by what I ate, by what I did. Makeup was never an option, and it shouldn't be. So you have to, so I'm being fruitful and multiplying. I'm hoping that more people understand what makeup really is. Makeup is just about, it's an accessory. Yes, it's an accessory. It is not something that you need. And I'm gonna tell you, let's get down to it. If you actually look at the chemicals on makeup, and this is why a lot of us women, we break out and we start wearing makeup, and then we start needing more makeup because the makeup is actually having adverse situations on our skin. And if you're not on my YouTube channel yet, please make sure you subscribe to Hair Talks Mag. And I try to be as calm as possible. when I'm talking about health and spirituality, because that's what it's about. You have to understand that when people meet Jenna, when they meet me, more than likely, they are seeing my spirit. They're seeing what I exude. Has nothing to do with my face. Even though this is all you see today, you see my face. But a lot of people like the way my spirit is. You don't even know it, because my spirit is fiery when I need it to be, yet calm when it should be. Notice what I said. These are God's words. Everything I say right now is godly. Meaning, God is feeding me the words and I'm saying them. My spirit is fiery when it needs to be, and calm when it should be. I should be calm more than what I need to be fiery. When someone is aggravating you, you are going to act accordingly. And I'm saying this for people who are out there, and you have to be a certain way all of the time to impress people. I smile when I want to. I laugh when I want to. I cry when I want to. I do what I want to when I want to. Now, that's a lot to say, right? Yeah, it is. Because God says, to thy own self be true. That's what God says. To thine own self be true. Not be true to someone else. Not be someone else's puppet, but to thine own self be true. So if you don't feel like doing something, don't do it. That's a message from me, because I go around and I do things all of the time that I don't feel like doing. And then when health problems arise, mental issues arise, sadness and depression arise, then I ask myself, why am I in this situation? It's because I am trying to impress and make everybody else around me happy, yet I'm not happy. Right? That's basically what it is. See, a lot of us, we are used to watching videos that is physical and makeup or hair. But what I'm talking about is the spirit, because that's all that matters in the end, is the spirit. There are people who are dead spiritually before they even die. They're walking around not happy, faking for other people to like them. That's one thing I refuse to do. I don't have a lot of friends, nor do I want them, because I want to be myself. Myself is who I am. I know when to change. I know when to not. I know when to be bold. I know when to fold. And I don't allow anybody around me to control that, including my platform on here. A lot of people don't like that. And that's when you become confident in yourself, when you continue to be yourself, no matter who is around you. I change when I need to, not because someone tells me. I say what I need to. There's this thing called discretion. A lot of things that I want to say, I don't say. But that's only because of the Lord. Because I had asked God to only put the words that are supposed to come out. Because my mind rolls, honey. It just rolls sometimes. And I say things out my mouth and I wonder, why did I just say that? It's because I didn't seek the guidance of God first. That's why. Your mouth can get you in trouble. It really can. Because sometimes we say what we want to say and think that because we were hurt, it was okay to say that. I used to say, well, I cuss. My husband doesn't cuss. For the most part, if he cusses, it's only because maybe my spirit has come off on him. Sometimes when you're around someone all the time, their spirituality rubs off on you in a good way and a bad way. Some of my my bad habits have rubbed off on him, and some of his good habits have rubbed off on me. He's more calm. He's a calm person. He thinks a lot more logically than I do. He's a little bit more, he's not fast. I used to always think that everything has to be fast. So I do hair fast. I talk fast. I learn fast. I fail fast. That's just what I do. I'm just a fast girl. In a good way. But, he's taught me that you have to slow down. Sometimes life goes by so fast. Like if you say the saying, oh my gosh, the week has gone by so fast. It's probably because you didn't take out any time to enjoy the days that are here. Like, are you enjoying Sunday? I think today's June 4th, I guess. I don't know. But are you enjoying today? Or are you just going through the day? You have to understand that. Like, what's going on? Like, we have to slow down. Like the old saying said, slow down and smell the roses and stuff like that. Sip the coffee, smell the roses. We go through life so fast. Years are going by so fast. It seems like we were just saying Happy New Year, and now it's mid-year, 6 months in to 2017. It really is. And you don't really think about it until maybe you slow down and say, oh my gosh, it's June? Like, I remember when it's cold outside, now it's hot outside. Like, it's like at a certain point in our lives, we was like, damn, where did my 20s go? Like, I feel like just yesterday, I was 25. Now I'm 36. And I'm like, my Lord, are you going to turn around again and you're going to be 40? And it's like your years are just going by so fast. So that's because we're going through so much stress in our lives that we're not able to enjoy the days anymore. Our children are growing very fast. They're the babies one day, and then they're teenagers another, and then they're grown and they're having babies themselves. And all the while you feel like, oh my gosh, I have not lived. That's what I'm going through now. I'm like, I'm 36 years old, and I feel like, oh my gosh, I've just begun. Like, I feel like I have not accomplished anything. Don't allow your mind to think that. We've all accomplished something. We learn and we acquire different things on a daily basis. And sometimes you have to slow down and realize what you have accomplished, because if you don't slow down and understand that you have accomplished it, then you're going to get discouraged and you're going to feel like you've done nothing. How many people in here have had problems where you feel like, I haven't accomplished anything? I know I do. I go through that all the time. And sometimes my husband has to remind me that, yeah, you've come a long way. And now I have to think like, oh my gosh, when I was 25 years old, I was not like this. I was not a calm person. First of all, probably under 25 years old, I probably could not have talked publicly. I could not have talked calmly like I'm doing now and still be able to portray that I'm serious and that this is good information. I would have been so nervous. But after doing this for almost 2 years, I've become what I would call a professional at delivering messages on live video and learning when to read comments and when not to read comments. Something about reading comments that I'm realizing. When you read comments, when you allow people to just say whatever they want to say, or just bringing in all the information and things that people type, even the good things, sometimes I don't even accept that because I don't want to get big-headed. That's the message straight from him. Thank you, Lord. Woo! Sometimes when we are on this platform and all you see is me, and I get, oh, you're pretty. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, your skin is awesome. Oh, I like your eyebrows. Oh, your nails are wonderful. Oh, I like you. Oh, you're wonderful. I used to say, please do not give me any compliments, please. I don't want any compliments. People used to say, excuse me, somebody giving you a compliment and you're telling them not to compliment you? Who are you? At that point in time of my career of doing this, I didn't know better that was discretion. I shouldn't have said that. I should have portrayed that. Sometimes even the good comments will get to your head, and sometimes they'll blow you up so much that you fall. So, to thine own self be true. I already knew who I am. I know how I look. I know things about myself that no one else has to tell me. No one has to tell me I'm beautiful. Nobody has to tell me I have pretty skin. Nobody has to tell me that my eyebrows. No, because I already know. I know the deal for myself. I also know that everything I have, I've worked very hard for, including my skin. I've worked hard for it. It doesn't just come to me naturally. I have to work for everything I have. So that humbles me in understanding that. And I like to portray to people like, look, everything that you see upon you is because I want you to see it. I know my angles. I know my angles. I know what looks good. I'm looking at a camera just like you're looking at me. I'm looking at myself. And I know what looks good. That's why I'm sitting like this. It thins my face out. I have a little bit of light on me so I can have a natural glow. It's just that simple. Everything on camera, you have to understand that more than likely it's placed there because they want you to see it. That's why I always say don't get involved in all of this stuff that you may see on camera. A lot of it is because they want you to see it. It's not natural all the time. Like everything I do is not natural. Like it's not. I have to inflect my voice. I have to inflect my facial expressions and do what I need to do to keep the audience, to let them understand that I'm here and I'm trying to connect with them. You have to be a little bit, animated. But I'm not like this all the time, every day, all day. I'm normal just like anybody else. You get what I'm saying? I like to portray that. Everything I do is planned for the most part. I know when I get that feeling to hit the button, I do it. And when I don't want to, I don't do it. I might, be one of those type people. I could go live 5 in one day and don't see me for another 4 days or a week. That's just what I do. I have to take a break. I have to shut down. I have to have time to reboot. Because this is a lot of work. When you want to do platforms like this is a lot of work to put your heart and your mind out there. It's very hard to do that. And I want to put that out there. So when you're so critical on people like myself and always want to type and say what you want to say, you see how quiet it is in here? It's because I exude that you're going to respect my live video. That's why it's probably not a lot of people in here typing. It's because they know that Jenna is going to have respect. And if they're not able to be respectful, then they're not going to type. You're enjoying it, great. But you're not going to type to me any kind of way. And it's because of how I talk, how I keep myself, how I portray myself, that I get respect without asking for it. Some people go through their lives and no one respects them. They go on Facebook and they say, no one respects me, no one supports me, no one loves me. Well, do you respect yourself? Do you love yourself? Do you accept yourself? That's the question. Because if you don't, I'm not going to accept you either. It comes across that you don't care about yourself, so why would I care about you? It is what it is. So you just have to understand that, everyone's not going to like you. Everyone doesn't like me. That's fine. Because I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to be respected. A lot of us in our community, we say, well, I'm going to pay my respects. Usually that means when the person is no longer here and they're their body has been embalmed, they're dead. Why can't we respect each other while we're here? Why is it paying respects after the person is not benefiting from the respect that you're paying? I'm just saying. Think about it. Think about it. Words have life and death, right? Why is it that we pay our respects after the person is dead? That makes absolutely no sense. Most people probably didn't even see that person in that coffin for years, and all of a sudden you hop on a plane and you go and see them in a coffin. Hello, how you doing? Is that silly or is that stupid? I have a rule. If I don't know you while you're living, I darn sure don't want to see you when you're dead. Hello, how you doing? That's just paying me respect, honey. I don't want to, my first time seeing you in 10 years in a box. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why people do that. But that has to stop. If you did not see them while they were alive, running and doing whatever they were doing, you don't need to see them when they're dead. So how about we start paying respects to people when they are living? Ever thought about that? If you didn't see grand whatever, if you didn't see your aunt for 20 years and then all of a sudden you get the news that aunt so-and-so died, leave that memory that you have alone. That memory when she was walking, when she was talking, when she was doing all that. Why should your last memory be when she ain't here no more? You didn't pay her respects when she was here, so don't pay her respects when she gone. I'm just saying. That's the truth. I don't know where that came from, but maybe somebody in here, needed to hear that. So how God said, hey, we supposed to orchestrate our hearts, right? Minds. Lord, put the words in my mouth. Don't know why I said that, but I said it. So when I walk around, I say, you're going to respect me. I don't have a shirt that says that. I don't say that out of my mouth. I go around, I respect others. Therefore, you're going to respect me. Now, I said I respect others. Therefore, you're going to respect me. Does not mean that everybody is going to respect you. Now, every time, you give good vibes to others does not necessarily mean that they're going to give you good vibes back. That does not mean that. What it means is that I have the control to have people around me that I want to be around me. Meaning, if you don't know how to respect me, therefore you will not be around me. I'm talking about me, but I'm talking about you as well. You can do the same thing in your life. You can simply say that if someone doesn't know how to talk to you or treat you, you won't be around them. That's mommy, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, or friend. It doesn't matter. Blood related, it doesn't matter. I have a lot of family members that I do not deal with because of the lack of respect, and therefore I don't have time for it. I'd rather put my time into my business, into my family, and to people who want my help versus having to, force somebody to do something they're supposed to do anyway, which is respect me. Right. And it's universal. And when you start to understand where I'm coming from as far as this respect, and you have people around you that are just respecting you, giving you good vibes, giving you energy that's good, honey, you're going to operate better, and you're not going to have time to deliver negativity yourself because you're too positive. Now, does that mean that you're going to have a big circle? No. The Bible says this: narrow is the road to goodness, and wide is the road to destruction. Oh yeah, that's what the Bible says. The Bible says basically that it's easier to be in negative and bad. It is very hard to live a life of positivity. So what I'm saying takes work. I always have to think about what I say before I say it. I have to always be aware of what I think. Because remember, what you think is what you are. So if you think you are a failure, that's what you are. You probably are because you're thinking it. So you need to always think positive. Once you get to the point where you're thinking positive, then you know that you have a right to have positivity around you. Some of us do not feel like we're worthy of goodness. Some of us feel like we're not worthy of having heaven here. Who knows that you can have your heaven while you're on earth? The prayer, the Lord's Prayer says, as in heaven shall it be on earth. Right? He wants us to be happy. He wants us to be fruitful while we're here. You don't have to die and go to heaven. Let's live and be in heaven, and let's get our rewards now while we're here. God says He wants us to live abundantly. He wants you to live at least 70 years. 70 years. That's what He promised us. And God keeps His promises. However, sometimes we have other things happen to us that knocks His promises, that blocks His promises. Yes, we can block our own blessings. We can block our own lessons. We can block our own fruits. Yes, we can. Because He gave us that power. God gave us that power. Oh yeah. He gave healing powers to us as well. Did you know that? Did you know that you can walk up to someone, place your holy hands that have been blessed by God, and you can put your hands over yourself, and you can say, in Jesus' name, I am healed. You can do that to yourself. You can do it yourself. You don't have to necessarily go to somebody else. If you are a believer in Him, you do understand that your mouth has life in it. You can say, oh, I am healed. You can do that. So you have the power to do that, because guess what? God made us in His image. See, people understand that, but then they don't understand it. God made us in His image. So therefore, He gave us the power to speak life and death. So if you say that you are healed, you're healed. You don't have to be physically sick either. If you're, sad right now, you can say, in Jesus' name, this sadness will go. You can say that. And if you believe it, you can receive it, and it'll happen. You'll feel happy. If you want to make more money, you could just say, in Jesus' name, my money will become more fruitful, and it'll happen. It'll happen by having another job. It'll happen by getting a raise. It'll happen by having more energy to be able to work more hours. Hello, how you doing? It will be increased. If you say my child is covered, when he or she goes out in that street, no man, nothing will hurt that child in Jesus' name. No weapon formed. No weapon formed. Okay, do people understand what that means? It doesn't mean nobody is going to form things against you. It doesn't mean nobody is going to say stuff about you. It does not mean that they're not going to try to attack you. No, it means no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Meaning nobody who is trying to get at me will succeed. But it doesn't mean that you will not be tested. You see, people think that when you are in the Lord's camp that nobody is going to attack you. No. In fact, you're going to be attacked first. Okay? You're the front line. Yes, you're a soldier. You want God to use you. Well, how about this? They pinned Him up on the cross. So why don't you think you're going to be pinned on the cross? Why don't you think you're going to have trials and tribulations? If they did it to Jesus, they're going to do it to you. You're no different. He made you in His image, so therefore you will be attacked as well. However, just like God had Jesus rise on the third day, when they went to see Him in the grave, He said, I'm no longer here, I'm with my Father. So therefore, when you're attacked, you have to understand that unless you die, you will be stronger, and you will be around to tell your story, and therefore you will be fruitful and multiplying, because then more people will understand the words that I'm talking about, and that's how you are fruitful and multiply. Hello, how you doing? That can also be negative. If you're on here talking negative, if you're on here being negative, you are going to be fruitful and multiply more negativity. That negativity is going to attack you, and then all of a sudden you're going to wonder what's happening. So you have to understand that you have to, choose what side you are going to be fruitful and multiply. Are you going to be fruitful and multiply negative? Or are you going to be fruitful and multiply positive? The choice is yours. That's it. You get what I'm saying? God said in His word, today I serve you. I serve you. That's the word. Who do you plan to serve today? That simply means that every day that we say that we're going to be in God's camp, we're going to be in love with Him, we're going to love Him, we're going to accept Him, we're going to do this. This is a daily situation. This is not something that is forever. You have to constantly be a conscious worshiper and provider of God. It's not something that is just natural and you're good for the rest of your life. No, you're not. Sometimes I get up and I want to do something negative. Somebody does something negative to me, I want to do something negative to them. It takes strength for me to say, God will fight all of my battles. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. I have to calm myself down and understand that basically I cannot attack who attacked me. As hard as that is, it's the truth. I cannot attack who has attacked me. I can't. I would love to, but that's not true. Because see, the thing about it is, that's not right. The thing about it is, once you go down on their level, not only are you going to be, you're going to be attacked again, and you're going to be doubly attacked. Why do you think that? Because you know better. Now, the person who doesn't know better, like they say, God protects babies and fools. The person who doesn't know better has grace. Now, I'm a firm believer that grace is only for people who don't know better. Once you know better, you must do better. There is no choice in that. Once you've heard this message, if you're sitting here and you're listening to this message, don't think that you can go forth and live your life as if you didn't hear it. Hello, how you doing? No, that's not how it works. Once you hear this message, you must go forth and live your life in a better way. Why? Because God used me to come on this platform today to have a talk with whomever he wants me to have a talk with. Okay? I'm just saying. Once you know this, you must go forth and do right. Just like he said to the person who was full of those demons. Hello. He was full of the demons, and he placed the demons into the pigs. Watch what you eat, people. Watch what you eat. He placed it in the pigs, and then the pigs jumped and killed themselves into the rivers, right? Now, the man who had all of these lesions in him, that was his name, Legion. He had all these spirits in him. He said, Lord, thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can I go with you? He said, no. God said, no. Jesus said, no, you cannot come with me. Now, why do you think he said that, people? Why do you think he said no? Because Jesus is supposed to be a forgiving. He's forgiving, right? Okay. He said no. You want to know why? It's because he was so weak. He was so weak. He was not fully formed into Jesus's way. And he was allowed to have all of those spirits that was within him. See, everybody's not going to be possessed like that. I can firmly say more than likely I will not be possessed with the demon of doing something that could not be undone to someone, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? I don't think so, because I cover myself in so much positivity, so much God-fearingness, so much love for life, that I know in Jesus' name I would not be coveted with that. Now, coveted with the spirit of wanting to go back to eating something bad, yeah, I have to work on that. My point is, some of us are more acceptable to different things. So God said, no, you cannot travel with me. However, you can tell the good news. You can go forth and tell the good news and tell how you were healed, you were sanctified by these demons, and Jesus did it. You can do that, but you can't be around me. And that's how we have to be in life. Once you see that someone is too weak and they've done something that is terrible, and you understand, tell you, hey, God helped me, God healed me, that's fine, but you always have to understand that that person was weak enough for that to happen to. So always be wary of that. Always be aware of that. You have to be careful of who you listen to as well, including me. You have to understand that there's so many people on these platforms that are talking, that are doing what I'm doing, that we sometimes get confused of who to listen to. So that's when you ask God and say, Lord, send me to the right broadcast, the right channels to listen to. Because there's so many people to listen to and look at. And sometimes we all can blend in and you don't know what the truth and what is not. So don't be a confused consumer. Be more aware of what you listen to. And take these things that you hear and start working on it. Actually use it. Because one day this may not be around. This might be a little more tamed. This might be a little more controlled. Okay, this is free television now, but one day they might be charging for it. So make sure that you are enjoying this type of content. Support the channel. Follow. Subscribe to my YouTube as well at Hair Talks Mag. This will be up on Hair Talks Mag. Okay, it may not stay up here. But I just hope that this has helped you. I tried to hit several things today. Spiritual, physical, and mental. And most, if not all, disease and negativity starts in the mind. Yes, it does. If your mind ain't right, you're not right. Mental illness, depression, sadness, suicide thoughts, all of that starts mental. So make sure your mental is right. Type that up. I want to make sure that my mental is right. One thing you do not ever want to lose is your mental state, your health mentally. Okay? You don't want to lose that. We all want to constantly have that mind be right, because that mind controls everything. And I'm a testament to that. Okay? So, that's it. Guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Hair Talks Mag. Make sure you're liking this video as well. Follow. Hit the subscription button. Hit the notifications so you guys can actually get notified when we go live, because just hitting the subscribe button is not enough. You have a great Sunday. If I miraculously have some more words to say, I'll get back on here later. But hopefully I'll see you soon tomorrow.